Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I absolutely love my first guest that's been on several times for once a week for at least over 2 years now.
Yes.
I have with me Bettina Farrar. She is the assistant to Tina French, who owns Juv. Now, listen up, everybody. We like to talk about a subject that no one else likes to talk about.
That's correct.
And we're going to talk about it big time right now, as fast as we can, because we want everybody to give themselves the gift of freedom.
That's right. It is a gift of freedom.
Let's talk about what you we're going to talk about today.
Oh, what I'm going to talk about is something that 95% of people suffer from and nobody wants to talk about. It is bladder incontinence, bladder leaks, waking up in the middle of the night to use the restroom a whole bunch of times, urgency, frequency, laughing, coughing, sneezing, all of this having to do with bladder leaks and having to buy adult protection, which is no longer necessary.
Let me tell you something, folks. Both men and women deal with this. We know men do pee in their pants just as much as women do. And this is the thing is that this is a treatment that we're going to talk about, this chair that you have, that they at Juv do something that nobody else offers, and that is what we're going to go into.
Absolutely.
But first, talk about the chair and how it works and everything.
So basically, the pelvic floor muscles, what happens over age is they start to get weak, okay? And there's other things you can do. You can do surgery, you can do medication, you can do Botox in the bladder.
Ewy.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And or you can just deal with it and wear, adult protection all the time. But we came up with a beautiful way to change your life, and that is by simply sitting on a chair. We do pelvic therapy, and it totally non-invasive. You sit fully clothed.
FDA approved, and the surgery is not FDA approved
not anymore, no, because it doesn't work. It doesn't last.
Right.
So for men and women, we have you come into one of our locations. We do a complimentary session because it's very difficult for us to explain how it works. If you're tired of waking up a bunch of times in the middle of the night, if you're tired of having to purchase a very expensive adult protection and then have to wear it, if you're tired of being afraid to, for urgency and frequency issues, mapping out every restroom everywhere you go, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life by coming to one of our offices, sitting on our chair, and basically stopping this problem. It's amazing.
So here's the deal, folks. They are the only ones that are going to give you a free 28-minute session. They're also the only ones that are going to take your insurance.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Is a big, huge part of it. We know that the chair is in other offices.
Yeah, it's in gynecological and urologist offices.
But they charge how much?
Oh, my goodness. For some $400 a session.
$400, but you know what? They don't. And
no, we don't.
What is it? They are all ex-patients of the chair.
Yeah, at every office.
At every office. And on top of everything, they're the biggest cheerleaders for it. So
absolutely.
Everybody, when you go to these, there are several locations.
Yeah, we have them all over the valley.
All over the valley. They're going to offer you a free 28-minute session. And the reason why they do that is because feeling and seeing is believing.
Yes.
They say it's the BTE. Best thing ever.
It is the best thing ever.
And on top of that.
And it's complimentary. So come try it. We're not going to, we are going to give you a complimentary session, and then we're going to get you approved through your insurance. And then you are going to no longer have to buy adult protection. You are not going to have to be afraid you're going to get a good night's sleep.
No more tinkling in your pants, which I love that. Now, their phone number to call, it's 480-593-5400. The website is stopthep.com. And what I love about them the most is you're all so transparent.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you've all been walking in their shoes, but you are an ex-patient of the chair.
Right. Every location, the manager is an ex-patient of the chair. And when you come to our locations, it's very comfortable. It's just, we're not a big medical office with a whole bunch of things going on. All we have is the chair. And the reason we do is because the founder of our company, Tina French, she had such a problem that she was wearing Depends. She could no longer go to work. And honestly, she was extremely depressed. And she started to look at her options, and it was the bladder sling surgery, which doesn't last. It was Botox in the bladder, which also you have to get done every 3 to 4 months. And that's just scary. It can cause urinary tract infections and other things. Or medication, which causes lots of side effects. So she started researching ways, non-invasive ways to deal with the problem. And then she found the chair. She purchased it, Carol.
The first one in Arizona to have it in her living room.
In her living room with her retirement money. Once she cured her problem and no longer had to wear adult protection, she started sharing it with friends and family, and that's how I met her.
Okay, right.
And now we have there's so many people that we've helped, and so now we have locations throughout the valley. Your listeners, they call up our phone number and they want to come in and get that complimentary session. Men and women, men with prostate issues that have had surgery, we can help you. We can make your life different.
So you don't have to be wearing the Depends anymore, and you have no reason not to do it. If you've been sitting on the fence and you haven't called, give him a call. If you're listening for the first time, give him a call. If you know somebody that you're living with, or you have somebody, a friend who's always peeing in their pants and they hate that, tell them about this, because it's life changing. That phone number to call them direct, it's 480-593-5400. It's stopthep.com. They're the only ones that are going to give you a free 28-minute session because they want you to feel it. Yes. They want you to see what this is like. Yes. They're also the only ones that take insurance. That's huge right there.
Absolutely.
They have several locations throughout the valley. They're growing big time, not just because of me, because everybody out there has this problem. So many people do.
Well, yeah, it becomes a word of mouth thing. So people come in. I got to be honest with you. I've never had anybody come in for their complimentary session and then not want to pursue treatment. And we do recommend 6 treatments for muscle memory, so I will say that. But you know what? It's 30 minutes, 28 minutes out of your life. You know, it's going to change it.
It doesn't
tremendously.
hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt. You just simply sit on it. You're fully clothed. You can be on your phone. You can be reading a magazine, reading a book, whatever you want to do. It's very relaxing. It does all the work for you.
How many Kegels does it do?
Oh my, 11,200 in that 28-minute session.
How can anybody ever do anything like that?
You can't. You can't.
But the reason why they want you to come into one of their locations is because they want you to try it. They want you to feel it.
Right.
This is something where feeling and seeing is believing.
Exactly. And nobody else does that but us, because and the reason why we do it is because, well, we want to help as many people as we can. And once you feel it, you understand how this is going to change your life.
Well, she's an ex-patient.
I am.
And every single person that works in their offices are all ex-patients. They're all cheerleaders for this chair for you, because they want you to not have to have this problem anymore. And you have no excuse anymore. So all you have to do is give them a call. They have several locations throughout the valley. Their phone number is 480-593-5400. They're going to be the ones that are going to be the only ones here in Arizona that are going to give you this 28-minute session, also to take that insurance, which is such a game changer right there.
Well, yeah. I mean, because, you know, the other offices charge a lot of money, and, you know, I can understand where it's not affordable for people, but, you know, we don't do that. We do a pelvic floor therapy that we can charge insurance for, and it really helps our patients a lot.
It's awesome. Again, that phone number to call them direct, it's 480-593-5400. This is something that is what you call a BTE,
yes,
best thing ever.
It is the best thing ever.
First of all, the Depends department and is huge industry.
$800 billion in industry a year is adult protection.
And by the way, there's all sorts of things.
They don't
out
like
there.
us, by the way.
I'm sure they don't. But there's all sorts of things that you'll see out there. Things you have to wear outside your pants,
right?
And things that you just don't want to have to do anymore. And this is something that is a game changer. It's going to change your life. And when I said in the beginning of the show that give yourself the gift of freedom, I totally meant that.
Yeah, absolutely. Be free from the bathroom. Don't let your bladder lead you around anymore.
The phone number to call direct, it's 480-593-5400. Go up on their website and check them out. They're wonderful people. They're here to help you. That's why they want to do this. Mm-hmm. Their website is stopthep.com. You can also just call them and get that, complimentary session.
Absolutely.
Which is what they want to give everyone, that because they want you to go in there and try it, because seeing and feeling is believing. So the number to call again direct, it's 480-593-5400. They're the only ones that give you a free 28-minute session, and they're the only ones that take insurance. They have several locations throughout the valley. Check them out. It's stopthep.com.